everybody. Welcome to another live stream here at Baz Bites. We'll let everybody start joining here in just a moment, but I wanted to say a big shout out and hey Shanna, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone for joining as you pop in. I really appreciate it. It's, as people are kind of joining in here, the whole purpose of today's live is to really talk a bit about Cisco Live next week, and we postponed it. It's rescheduled, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit more detail. But as people are kind of joining the stream, I wanted to give people a chance to get settled. But hopefully, you guys are all as excited about Cisco Live as I am. You guys probably know. Well, first question: if you are a first timer at Cisco Live, I would love it if you'd post in the comments below, because I'd love to talk with you a little bit more about what your excitement level is for Cisco Live, why you're interested in going this year, and sort of how you plan to participate, in the event this year. I think it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be really, really interesting, especially considering this is a first time we've ever done a virtual event. So if you are, if this is your first time joining Cisco Live, love to hear more from you. So, all right, let's get really diving in, I think, to the subject matter. What I wanted to talk about is, first off, everyone knows I think at this point that we rescheduled Cisco Live. It was supposed to be last week, and just a point of note for everyone, with the COVID crisis and then a lot of things going on in the U.S. today related to the information that came out, or the stuff that's happening from post George Floyd's untimely death, and a lot of the other things happening. Our leadership team at Cisco decided that it was a really good idea to give everybody a chance to just work through these things and get adjusted to these things, these things happening in our society. Give everyone a time to do that, and it wasn't appropriate to really run the event last week. But the good news is, since it's virtual, we can move it out and give everybody a chance to really just focus on their own lives for a bit. And so next week is when we're going to be hosting Cisco Live. It's all virtual. Day one of the virtual event is actually on Tuesday next week. So Tuesday and Wednesday, June 16th and 17th, are the new dates for the virtual event. And if you're catching this video afterward, I'd love to hear some more information from you guys about what you're planning on doing, your schedule, and all that type of stuff. I'm going to go into some of the schedule and details here in just a moment, but I wanted to talk about sort of how the week is laid out. So in the past, Cisco Live has been a 5-day event. People tend to come into the city that it's in, whether it's traditionally Las Vegas, San Diego, or Orlando, Florida. Whether it's one of those locations, people usually come in on Sunday, and kickoffs and things happen typically on Monday and go through the week. There's a customer event, a appreciation event, like a big concert, and it's all a lot of fun. Now, the really cool news is, even though this isn't happening in person this time, a lot of the people are like texting me like crazy. I should probably turn off my notifications on my laptop so I'm not so distracted. A lot of the things that typically happen, like concerts and other activities, are still happening. They're just going to be virtual. So it's going to be, I think, a lot of fun and really interesting to see how that affects people like myself and you sitting at home. So just a quick schedule of events for the week. On Monday, and I think I have some of these here. Let me try to see if I can do a little fanciness for you guys to show you what the week is going to look like. I've got a few different things I can show you, but we're going to be starting off with some live streams on Monday. I'm going to be hosting a live stream at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Monday the 15th, this coming Monday. Trying to find my slides here for you guys so I can show you what that looks like. I probably should have had these open already, but that's okay. It's part of the fun of all of this, right? Let's take a look here, see if I've got that close by. Here we go. I'll try to do a quick picture-in-picture for you guys, but what I wanted to give you is, I don't know if this is actually showing. Doesn't look like it is, but that's okay. Picture-in-picture. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just talk you through it. So on Monday afternoon, we're going to be doing I can probably show you my screen here too. We're going to be doing a live stream on Monday afternoon. Let me see if this actually shows you what my screen looks like. And it definitely does not. So that's okay. I just won't make this any more complicated than it needs to be. I'll just talk you guys through this a little bit. So we're going to be doing a live stream on Monday afternoon, 3 p.m. I'm going to be joined by a couple folks here at Cisco, Jim Marsh and Rafael, Ceara, a couple folks here in the west area of Cisco, which is the west coast of Cisco, to talk a bit about what the week's going to look like. We'll go into a lot more detail about the structure of the event and how that's all laid out for you. What I was going to show you a little bit today, but my picture-in-picture doesn't seem to be actually working, which is okay. Yeah, that doesn't seem to work, but that's okay. Is the way that this event is laid out. But before I get into that, let me talk through the rest of the live streams for the week. So what's a little different this time is each day, Tuesday and Wednesday, there will be a keynote address in the morning. They run from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time, both days. Different context, different subjects, but there will be two different keynotes. On day one, so on the 16th, we're going to be running a post-keynote live stream. It'll happen at 10 p.m., so about 10 minutes after the keynote ends. I'll be joined by two folks here from Cisco, and the idea behind that live stream is to give you sort of a debrief on what that was like. So if, given that you're at home, if you didn't have a chance to sit through the entire keynote, or you had meetings happening, or something else came up, we're going to give you about a 15 to 20 minute live stream right after this to just talk about the highlights from the keynote address. You can interact with us, ask some questions, and get a little bit more information on what that all looks like, which will be, I think, really, really cool. We're also going to be hosting a couple different post-session live streams throughout the week, too. Both on Tuesday the 16th and on Wednesday the 17th at 11:10 a.m. Pacific time. And I have content for you guys I can share. We'll be sharing more things on LinkedIn and other places as well. If you like details, post them in the comments. I'm happy to share more of those details written out for you, too. But both days at 11:10 a.m. Pacific, we're going to be doing a post-session debrief of a couple different events. One of them is on the SecureX session, one of them happening, I think it's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And on this SecureX session, it's all about, let me see if I've got that close by here. That SecureX session is the session on, because it'll probably be interesting for most of you guys, is none of these images that I had close by, and I'm opening all of the wrong things at the moment, so I don't have it downloaded. It's a SecureX session that's going into a lot more detail about what SecureX is. And if you haven't heard of that, welcome. There's a new cloud-native platform that Cisco announced at RSA this year that is called SecureX, and it brings all of our security products into a single interface that you can look at, along with a lot of third-party tools and other things too. So I think it's going to be, there's like 4 sessions happening that day, all on SecureX. I think this one in particular is going to be really intriguing because it goes into a lot of the technical details and the whys behind what we created here and why that's so important to you and can really help with your security strategy. So I'll be joined by one of our security architects. His name is Mark Kasper, to talk for about 15 minutes after that session, just about what the session was about, what the highlights are, that sort of thing. And we'll be doing another one of those, similar one, on Thursday as well, I believe, if I've got that image close by. That one I do have close by. So on Wednesday as well, we'll be doing another session at 11:10 a.m. This one will be focused on sort of the idea of multi-cloud, where, as customers and as organizations, most of you are, Cisco is included in this, but organizations too. It's a very timely thing that everyone's really looking at. How do we look more at the, cloud and native platforms, whether that's a public cloud, like an Amazon, an Azure, GCP, and a half a dozen others, or just an off-prem cloud where it's hosted in some other, maybe it's not a public environment, but it's not your own data center. It's someplace else that you lease and you put data stuff in there. There's a lot of ways to leverage multiple cloud type environments, whether it's a public cloud like an Amazon and you develop your own microservices and containers, or it's a off-prem cloud where you just move your own hardware into their environment and you stand up your standard applications, or you're leveraging cloud native applications for your business. There's a lot of ways, and so the term that we like to use is multi-cloud because you're going to end up having multiple clouds. So I'll be joined by Daniel Roman, one of our data center specialists here in the West, to talk a bit about, again, what that session was about. It's about, I think the title is Insights and Automation for Multi-Cloud. So we'll be talking about not just what multi-cloud looks like, but really something that's very important about having multiple cloud type environments that you're going to work with is how do you gain additional insights and how do you build automation for those platforms, because with a limited IT staff, no one's going to have a plethora of new people to go through and manage all these environments. So how do you make sure that you're automating your time, and how do you make sure you have the right insights to those environments so you can make good financial decisions, business decisions, and the rest that's important? Because if you don't know those things, how can you hope to effectively run the environment and have a successful business if you don't? So we'll be doing those 2 live streams. I'll have, like I said, I'll post some more details about what that looks like as soon as I can here on YouTube and other places as well. Matter of fact, yeah, if you follow me on LinkedIn, or if you'd like to follow me on LinkedIn, I'll be posting all this content on LinkedIn as well. You can find that there. I'll post it in here in the comments or maybe the description field for YouTube after the session goes live on our page here at cs.co/bazbytes. In any case, so that's the main live streams we're doing. We're also going to be doing another live stream, two actually. One of them on Friday, June 19th. So that's the Friday after Cisco Live, the main event wraps. I believe that one's going to be at 1 p.m. It's going to run for about an hour and a half, but I've got a panel of people who are going to be joining me, and they'll be joining throughout the time. So don't worry too much about needing to join for an hour and a half. You don't need to. I've got a lot of folks that have volunteered to jump on that call with me and provide their insight on what Cisco Live was for the week, what their main takeaways were, exciting stuff that happened, and what was fun about it. So definitely feel free to jump into that at any point in that time period. We'd love to have you. You'll hear some insights. You can interact, ask questions. We're happy to answer those questions and just make it really fun and dynamic and just give you the information you need or that you just want to have because you couldn't participate for the whole week. Trust me, I understand. We're all at home, right? I'm at home. I'm sitting here in front of my computer right now talking to all of you, and I understand that we have things going on. So it's one thing to be in person all week long at an event because it's really easy to focus in that because you can turn off notifications on your phone. There's an expectation that you're at sessions. No big deal, right? But we're at home. You've got families, you've got responsibilities, other work things that are happening, and it's so easy to go, well, I'll just turn over here and answer a few things real quick, right? So just remember that we all recognize that you have these other things going on. So the intent behind these live streams is not to add more to your day, but really to give you the ability to say, you know what? I need to manage my time. If I can't attend a session right now, but I do still want to understand what happened because it seems important to me, we're going to have these live streams throughout the week. And if you want other live streams or there's other sessions you'd love to see something like that, ping me. Message me here in the comments. Find me on LinkedIn. Let me know. And I'm happy to work with other folks to put those things together. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing one more live stream the week after Cisco Live. So the week of, I think around the June 23rd. More details to come on that. The idea behind that will be like a more major wrap-up afterwards with a more curated panel. We'll do that later on, but details will come on that. So before I forget, one other big, huge event that's happening the same week as Cisco Live, go figure, we have it every year, or have something similar every year, is something called DevNet Day. So if you haven't been to the DevNet area of Cisco Live, you are totally missing out. I'm biased because I happen to love everything DevNet, but we're having DevNet Day, which is next Thursday, June 18th. You can go to developer.cisco.com right now. You can get registered for that. There are sessions happening all day. The agenda looks amazing. I can't wait for the keynotes and the special guests. It should just be an absolute blast. So definitely chime into that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So like I said, I was going to show you guys some details, but it doesn't look like I'm just not able to figure out this interface at the moment. So no big deal. What I will do is in the comments when I post this video, so that hopefully you're watching this later on, I will post in the description field the agenda for live streams and timing, etc. I'm actually going to try this one more time and see if I can show you, because there is something I really did want to show you guys about how Cisco Live is actually structured this year now that it is not just a virtual event, but only happening over 2 different days. So let me see if I can do a little picture-in-picture goodness for you guys. I'm going to try this one more time. I don't see my picture-in-picture popping up anywhere. This is what I get for live streaming at the last minute here. That's okay, though. Let me move this over to a different screen and see if I can try that for you guys. Because what I wanted to show you was sort of the way that this thing is set up this year. So let me see if I can grab it, although I do not see where I grab the picture-in-picture. It's just simply not showing it to me. But that's okay. You know what? I'm not going to stress too much. You guys can just listen to my face a little bit more. What I wanted to talk a little bit about is how this is formatted. So in the past, when you've been to Cisco Live or been around Cisco Live, what you've probably noticed is that you're in a big, huge facility. There's courses everywhere. You can go to places on the main event floor. There are sessions happening in rooms all throughout the building, sometimes in hotel rooms around, things like that. This year, because it's all virtual, we tried to build it in a way that gave you similar structure, but didn't require you to bounce all over the place. So you're going to find everything you need at CiscoLive.com. All your session registrations are there. You can build your schedule there. It's fantastic. It will also lay out for you what we're calling 4 channels. So all the sessions are categorized into 4 different channels. The 4 channels are possibilities, innovation, IT heroes, and IT leadership. The IT leadership one probably will sound familiar to many of you. If you've ever been or paid for the separate IT leadership track in previous years, that's what this one is. So it's a set of all of the the sessions and things that the IT leadership track typically has, which is usually in a separate building from the main event every year at Cisco Live. That is a channel dedicated to those sessions. But because it's a free event and anyone can register, you can still attend those things if you'd like to. The 3 other channels is where all the normal sessions you're used to attending are. And each of these different sessions or these channels are broken up specifically so you have a better idea of, say, hey, listen, if I don't want to try to bounce around and build a custom schedule, I can use the channels as a way to focus on one thing at a time. All of these courses are running, in sequence with in parallel with one another. So in each channel, you'll have things running in parallel. So definitely go check out CiscoLive.com. It has more information for you on what sessions are in each channel, how to pick those things out, build yourself a custom schedule, download calendar entry so you can put it on your calendar, block that time off so hopefully it can become sacred for you and you can actually really dedicate your brain. And I have noticed that most sessions this year are closer to 30 minutes. Some are an hour, but a lot of them are 30 minutes. So that should make it a lot less impactful on your days while you're at home. You can take breaks and find yourself able to focus a little bit more on the session while you're in front of it. I hope that was all helpful for you guys. Seriously, thank you for tuning in and watching if you watched live, or if you're watching this afterward. I would love any comments in the video below. If you have questions, comments, concerns, you want more details, whatever you want, just ping it below. CiscoLive.com has a lot of answers for you. I'm happy to help answer, and anybody else in the community is happy to help answer as well. So excited, guys. I'm really looking forward to Cisco Live next week. I'd love to see you all in any of the live streams we have going on. So tune in here to cs.co/baz-bytes. All the live streams will be here, posted afterwards also, so you can view those too. And I'm excited for next week, guys. Have a great one. I'll talk to you all soon.